Unconscious anxiety refers to feelings of anxiety that are not fully recognized or consciously acknowledged by the individual. It operates below the level of awareness, meaning that the person may not be explicitly aware of the source of their anxiety or that they're even experiencing it. So this type of anxiety can manifest in physical symptoms, emotional discomfort, through behaviors often triggered by unresolved conflicts, fears, or past experiences that the individual has not fully confronted. So let's look at some symptoms of unconscious anxiety. The first one would be constant nervousness. This is experiencing a persistent sense of unease or apprehension, even in situations that typically don't provoke anxiety, such as sitting quietly at home or during relaxed conversations. 2 would be difficulty concentrating. This is struggling to maintain focus on tasks at work or study due to racing thoughts, often feeling distracted by worries or internal dialogues that seem to pop up out of nowhere. 3 would be restlessness. This is a continual feeling of being unable to relax, often accompanied by fidgeting, tapping your feet, or finding it hard to stay still during meetings or while watching a movie, for example. 4 would be avoidance of social situations. This is regularly opting out of social gatherings or events due to an overwhelming fear of being judged or embarrassed, leading to feelings of loneliness or isolation. Number 5 would be physical symptoms. This is frequently experiencing unexplained physical issues such as tension headaches, stomach cramps, chronic fatigue that don't seem to have a medical basis and that worsen with stress. Number 6 would be overthinking, finding yourself caught in a loop of thoughts, replaying past conversations or decisions, worrying about what you said or how you were perceived, leading to regret or anxiety about future interactions. Number 7 would be sleep disturbances. This is having trouble falling asleep or waking up throughout the night, often due to a racing mind filled with anxious thoughts about the day ahead or unresolved worries. Number 8 would be heightened sensitivity to stress. This is feeling overwhelmed by daily pressures, even minor inconveniences, and finding it difficult to cope with unexpected changes or challenges. Number 9 would be irritability. This is experiencing frequent irritability or frustration over trivial matters, snapping at loved ones or colleagues for no apparent reason, which can lead to strained relationships. Number 10 would be decision-making paralysis. Struggling to make even simple decisions like what to eat for lunch or what to wear due to a fear of making the wrong choice and facing potential consequences. Number 11, overwhelmed with responsibilities. This is often feeling inundated with daily tasks and responsibilities, leading to a sense of suffocation or a fear of failure if you can't manage everything effectively. Number 12 would be second-guessing actions. This is regularly doubting your decisions or actions, constantly wondering if you did the right thing or if you handled situations correctly, which can erode self-confidence. Number 13 would be compulsive behaviors. This is developing habits like checking and rechecking locks or appliances, or rituals that you feel compelled to perform in order to alleviate anxiety, despite knowing that all of this activity is fairly irrational. Number 14 would be imminent dread. This is experiencing a persistent feeling that something bad is about to happen without any logical reason, leading to a cycle of fear and anxiety that feels uncontrollable. 15 is detachment from reality. Sometimes feeling as if you're observing your life from a distance, leading to a sense of unreality and making it hard to engage fully with your surroundings. 16, seeking reassurance. This is frequently asking friends or family if you're making the right choices or if you're okay, constantly needing validation to combat feelings of insecurity. Number 17 would be struggles with communication. This is having difficulties in expressing your emotions or needs, often resulting in bottled up feelings that may explode at inappropriate times or get misinterpreted by others. Number 18 would be procrastination. This is noticing a pattern of delaying important tasks or projects, overwhelmed by anxiety and the outcome, which can lead to last-minute stress and diminished work quality. Number 19, physical tension. This is constantly clenching your jaw or grinding your teeth, particularly at night, leading to dental issues or discomfort and compounded feelings of stress. Number 20, hyper-awareness of physical sensations. This is being acutely aware of bodily sensations, such as an accelerated heart rate, shallow breathing, and misinterpreting these as signs of danger or imminent panic. 21 would be catastrophizing. This is tending to jump to the worst case scenario in any situation, amplifying worries and making it hard to see any positive outcome or solution. Number 22, loss of interest. This is gradually losing enthusiasm for hobbies or activities you once loved, feeling disengaged and uninspired to participate in things that usually brought you joy. 23, feelings of inadequacy. This is battling inner thoughts that fuel a belief that you're not good enough or capable, which can hinder personal and professional growth. 24, chronic fatigue. Experience a lingering sense of exhaustion that isn't relieved by sleep, making daily tasks feel monumental and leading to a declining motivation. And the 25th one is unhealthy coping mechanisms. This would be turning to unhealthy outlets such as excessive alcohol consumption, overeating, or other risky behaviors to numb anxiety, which ultimately exacerbates feelings of guilt or self-loathing. Now, let's look at the role of the ego in unconscious anxiety. Anxiety is an experience shared by many, of course, yet its origins often remain obscured, drifting beneath the surface of conscious awareness. While a person may identify specific stressors in their daily lives, a profound exploration into the inner workings of the psyche reveals that unconscious anxiety is significantly influenced by the ego. Understanding the intricate relationship between the ego and anxiety can yield some deep insights into your emotional responses and behavioral patterns. So let's take a look at the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is a vast reservoir filled with hidden fears, unresolved conflicts, and repressed memories that can shape our emotional landscape in very profound ways. Much of our anxiety finds its roots within these shadowy depths where the ego continually strives to maintain equilibrium. As the ego engages in this often tumultuous negotiation, it may inadvertently create tension that translates into pervasive feelings of anxiety, particularly when the unconscious urges collide with the conscious self's desire for control. Now, let's look at some of the ego's tools. To cope with the dissonance between these conflicting forces, the ego employs a range of defense mechanisms. In other words, psychological strategies meant to shield the self from the overwhelming force of anxiety. These mechanisms can include repression, which is burying distressful thoughts, denial, which is refusing to accept reality, projection, which is attributing one's own unacceptable feelings to others, and rationalization, which is justifying illogical behavior. Now, while these strategies may offer short-term respite, they often compound anxiety over time by preventing confrontation with underlying issues. For instance, consider an individual who feels deep-rooted insecurities. Instead of addressing these feelings, they might subconsciously repress them, leading to an inflated self-image that masks their vulnerability. When faced with situations that threaten this self-image, such as a peer challenging their capabilities, the ego's defenses can trigger anxiety responses as the internal conflict surfaces. Thus, the ego, intended to protect, becomes a source of further unease. Now, let's look at the fear of self-disclosure. An equally significant aspect of the ego's influence on anxiety lies in how we curate our self-image to fit societal expectations. This carefully constructed facade can lead to anxiety, particularly when there's a significant discrepancy between our authentic selves and how we believe we are perceived by others. The dread of exposing one's true identity creates a pervasive fear of self-disclosure, enhancing anxiety about potential judgment or social rejection. And this fear becomes a heavy burden, tightly interwoven with the ego's desire for acceptance and validation. Lastly, let's look at the anxiety cycle. The interplay between the ego and the unconscious anxiety can create an insidious cycle. As the ego employs its defense mechanisms to ward off anxiety, it simultaneously intensifies feelings of distress by isolating and burying unresolved conflicts deeper into the unconscious. And this cycle often manifests in varying degrees of anxiety disorders, such as social anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder, or panic attacks, frequently without a clear understanding of their underlying cause. So there we go. We have talked about unconscious anxiety and how that interplays with the ego. Would you like to schedule a paid private coaching session? This will be in the form of a face-to-face Zoom call. Underneath any of my videos, you'll see this Calendly link. If you click on that link, it'll open up my calendar. You can pick the available days and times that works for your schedule. You'll get a follow-up email immediately after purchasing a session that will have the Zoom link that coincides with the day and time that you picked. I will get an email too that you scheduled a session, and I will be available on that exact day and time, and we will talk. I look forward to working with you. Hey guys, this is Mark. Click on the join button underneath any of my videos, then click on members only videos, and then click on join. And for $9.99 a month, you'll have access to members only videos, which are excerpts from previous workshops I've conducted for NT partners, ASD partners, and the neurodiverse couple. New videos will be uploaded weekly.